It's very similar to what, is to selling an episode of a series to me, except they had, much nicer offices and really good coffee. But we went, we would go over, and if the idea was an in-house idea, like it was for them, they would ask us, if they would tell us what they were looking for, and we would try to put something together. And what I'd like to do is every step of the way, just so that we wouldn't go too far with something that they didn't like at all, and just continually bring them up to date, with what we were doing. This was their idea, so, we didn't have to worry about whether or not they were serious about this, or, whether or not anyone was going to change their mind. This came from them as opposed to, an idea that we would pitch to them. And so as we developed this, we would try to keep them, apprised as much as we could. And what Ron and Dave and I used to do, which apparently, again, a lot of people did not do, was rather than sit and submit a script to them and let them read it, we would all practically perform it for them. We would sit there with them there and almost verbatim, line for line, pitch the script, so that they were, in their mind, they were actually watching the episode, the pilot, being performed in front of them. And we actually found that worked a lot better, because there was very little, left to interpretation, and there's very little left to their imagination, which I'm sure you've heard 100 times. The last thing you want to do is leave something up to a network executive's imagination. You do not want to do that. So we made sure that everything was basically spoon-fed to them. And then, along asking, this is okay? Is this okay? This is okay. And that's how we did it, particularly with an idea like Silver Spoon's an in-house idea. They did like it. They brought in Ricky, who at that time was 8, 9 years old. That was my first time I actually got to see the casting process too. And once we did write the pilot, and watching them cast Ricky with a bunch of other actors, fascinating to me, because you got to see, I got to see, my scenes, interpreted 50 different ways by 50 different actors, which was very interesting to me. Again, still as I'm watching characterization. I'm watching the characters that they bring to the table, these actors, and it actually was fascinating, to watch that process. That was the first time I've seen that.